Hello, I'm Tony Payne. You may know the old Chinese curse, may you live in interesting times. Well, it's certainly interesting times here at Matthias Media at the moment. So interesting, in fact, I'm going to ask you to help us in just a little while. But let me explain why it's so interesting at present. It's interesting in the world of Christian publishing and ministry publishing because really there are opportunities for publishing now that we really couldn't have dreamt of 25 years ago when we first started Matthias Media. You may have heard of the digital publishing revolution, of Kindles and ebooks and iPads, of an expanding multimedia online publishing environment that makes possible really new kinds of publishing and content and new kinds of ways of spreading God's word, as well as new opportunities to spread it very broadly all around the world via the internet. So really there has never been, certainly in my time working in this area, a more exciting time to be involved in a ministry that's seeking to spread God's word and to train Christians through gospel resources. It's a very interesting and exciting time. But at the same time, it's interesting from another point of view, in that it's also a very financially pressed and difficult time to be doing what we're doing. Publishers all over the world are really struggling at present because the economic model that has supported publishing and in which publishers have worked for decades is crumbling because of the advent of digital publishing. And so publishers everywhere are having to reinvent themselves. They're having to change the way they publish and work and invest in new ways of publishing to take advantage of the new opportunities, while at the same time managing an existing model of publishing that's struggling and in trouble. And we're not exempt from those pressures. And so we find ourselves in a very interesting situation indeed, in which it's time to invest in new ways of publishing and to put money and time and resources into some new technologies and new approaches. And at the same time, though, find ourselves as stretched and as tight financially as we can ever remember being. So it's for that reason that we're doing something that we have never done before in our history, and that is we're actually asking for financial support. Matthias Media has always operated on a self-funding basis. We've always just operated by providing resources to churches and to Christians and then paying for those resources and making it all work in that way. But that model of economic sustainability is just not going to give us the revenue we need to invest in a new way of publishing. And so we've decided that we need to ask the Christian community, the community that's benefited from Matthias Media and supported us over these last few decades, to support us as we make this transition, as we make this change. And so what we're planning to do is over the next 2.5 to 3 years, raise around $420,000 as a kind of bridging capital to help us make this transition to a new way of publishing and to build a new platform for publishing for the many years ahead, we hope and trust. And so I'm here today to ask if you'd contribute to that, especially if you've been someone who's benefited from and appreciated what we've been doing as Matthias Media over the last many years. You might have a small amount to donate. It might just be $50 or $100. That'd be a huge help. Or you might be someone who has the capacity to give a bit more out of your savings or your capital. Whatever you can contribute, if you can help us reach this target of $420,000 over the next 3 years, we're very confident that that will give us the basis for building a whole new publishing ministry that will be more effective and more widespread right around the world. If you'd like to know more and you'd like to make a donation, just go to our website, go to matthiasmedia.com.au/donate, and all the details will be there. Thanks for listening, and I hope you can help us.